Hi, and welcome to the Do Something Indie Show. Yes, it is Wednesday night, and we are live on Facebook. I do have some pre-recorded interview that I'll be having here later, but I want to welcome you. It's been a couple weeks since we've done live. Hopefully, you've gone to the YouTube channel, Do Something Indie, and subscribe to that page. And speaking of that, we're trying to promote a couple pages here. We got the Do Something Indie page, we got Mellywood Media, and we got T.A. Breedlove, the indie skateboard journalist. Now, we're all trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're having a little, I think we're going to have a little contest, so you can get there first. Now, Mellywood Media, I think she's at around 480. I'm at about 410, and Thomas Breedlove, he's Beetlebomb, he's bringing up the backside with about 280. So we want to get you to come on those shows and subscribe to us, because when we get to 1,000 viewers on YouTube, we can do live videos on YouTube. And that's when you're somebody. You get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and they really like you then. So that's just a little bit of the housekeeping I want to get out of the way. And then also I want to give a shout out. I was at a political meeting tonight, and I've met some very interesting young, energetic people that are going out to conquer the world. A couple of attorneys just got out of law school, passed the bar just recently here. That'd be Alex and Alan. Really nice guys, came up and talked to me. We talked for a while. Then I ran into a couple of young ladies. That would be Savannah and Kelsey. And actually, Savannah has quite the internship in the politics. And she's, a real go-getter. And it was fun talking to them. I told them some bad dad jokes, and they laughed. They tried not to laugh, but they had to laugh. So it was just a good evening to get out and, talk to some people politically. And actually, Savannah and Kelsey are in my district. So that's a good thing. But tonight's show is going to be about cyclocross. And if you looked at the title, it says, what is cyclocross? I don't know what that is. So let's figure out what that is. So I got an interesting guy tonight here that we're going to talk about. And so I'm going to go ahead and roll this clip, and we'll see. You can find out what cyclocross is. Behind me here, I have my bike team. I have my cycling jersey on here. I'm like so out of shape it barely fits. And then in the background, you can see what cyclocross is. And then now you can find out from Matt Jourdan what this is about. So let's roll it. Hi, this is John Schmitz with the Do Something Indie Show, and I have yet another special guest. I know you keep thinking, when is he going to run out of special guests? I think probably never. But this guy today, we go back a little bit. We've had some fun bike racing together, and I'm going to introduce you to a part of bike racing you've never maybe even heard of before. So I think you'll enjoy this. I'm here with Matthew Jourdan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pro here.
Yeah. Only 7 takes. And we're going to talk about cyclocross today. And you're thinking, what is that? Is that some kind of psychotherapy or what is that? But, actually, it could be, because cyclocross racing is fun. So I'm going to have Matthew explain exactly what cyclocross is and how he got involved with it.
Well, I started back in 2010. And then we actually shared some of the races. We actually did some promoting ourselves, with you.
Backyard cross.
Backyard cross, yeah. So anyway, it's a great time for family and friends to get together and race on grass. So it's a good way for someone to get into cycling, because you're racing in an environment where once you get started, no one really knows where you are, because it's such a big group of riders strung out over a 2-mile course. And we come out here with teams and groups that want to get involved the day before the event, and we set up with electric fence post stakes. We push them into the ground, make a 10-foot wide course, about 2 miles long, and everybody just rides around and enjoys the weather and the
Now,
camaraderie.
wait a second. You made that sound really simple, like it's riding in the park somewhere. Now, I'm going to tell you, folks, there's like sand pits, there's hills,
Barriers.
there's some things, barriers. You got to jump off your bike. It's sort of fun to watch. I don't know how much fun it is to do because I've done several cyclocross races. In fact, I think I'm 29th in the world in the cyclocross because they brought it to the United States, and I said, I got to go to Louisville. And I tell you what, that was brutal. It was 23 degrees and frozen mud. It was awesome. But it's a great spectator sport because you can come and you can have your refreshments. You can actually heckle people.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty good at heckling. And it's a good day for the family. So let's break down some of the age groups. How early and how old?
So basically, as long as you have a bike and a helmet and you're over the age of 9, you can race. So we have 4 different events. The first event of the day starts at 10:30, and that's usually the young kids 9 through 14. And we'll have several winners in that event. So we have 9 to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, both young men and young women. And then we shortly after that, around 11:30, we'll have intermediate and beginners. So guys over, guys in their 20s and 30s and 40s on up, and ladies as well. We'll have experienced group racing, so category 4 and 5, which is people who just want to come out and have a good time and see what it's like. And then we have junior racing 15 on up. So.
And those juniors, they're pretty fast.
Yeah, we have found to put the 15 through 18 on the front row for the start because they motor.
Yeah, kids are good. And like Matthew said, if you do crash, it's generally in grass.
Yeah,
and
so it's pretty safe.
It's not like road racing like at the crits where we get all lit up by by crashes. But this is, like I said, it's a good introduction to racing. Kids seem to love it.
Oh, it's
and
great
this
time.
is one of the activities that we're here at Rhodius Park.
Yeah, Rhodius Park.
Rhodius Park. This is Belmont and just north of Morris, right here in Indianapolis, doing this. So it's not like we're in Brown County. And we have a race this weekend coming up. And it's going to fit that format you just talked about. Starts at 10:30 and ends at about
10:30 Sunday.
And then what's the times it end like?
So 10:30 through 3:30. Around 2:30ish is when the Masters 35 and over. Maybe we'll get Suitcase here to jump in
gosh.
and
my bike's.
That's his nickname, by the way. Yeah. His cycling nickname.
Well, and I came out to your last race over at on 30th Street and what park?
Washington
Park. And it was cool because I hadn't been around this year very much, and they let me ring the bell and talk. It was fun, and I felt like I was important. I was the important Suitcase, but it is a good time. Like I said, you could come out and spend some time just watching the races. It's relaxing as far as watching. It gets pretty intense when we get the pros out there riding, and it's a workout. It's very intense. A lot of stopping and going and getting off your bike, and it's a good time. So let's talk about the Indy Cross Series because you are the man when it comes to the Indy Cross Series. Tell us a little bit about that.
So Indy Cross is Darren Reno, who's been in the cycling world for as long as myself. Him and I, we picked up the reins in 2010, and it's a 5-race series every year that is mainly August and early September. But this year, we decided to have a 4-race series also, or actually 4 separate events coming up in October and November of this year to extend the season a little bit, give some people things to do. Because the one thing about Indy Cross is that we're able to maintain social distancing. Groups can scatter out throughout the park and watch it. And we have a great protocol for COVID-19 as far as the starting grid and how the day unwinds. So the series is another 4 events, and like I said, it's great for anybody, even brand new beginners.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, I remember the first race I was in was like when John Kirshner did Brookside.
Yeah.
And we did Brookside. He called me up. He said, can I use your scaffold? I want to set up a tower at the thing. And the week before, I'd run the New York Marathon, so I was in pretty good shape, but I wasn't really a bike rider. He said, I'll give you entry into this cyclocross thing. I'm going, okay, how hard could this be? It's going to be a bike race. So I get on this bike and it's like pouring down rain. And that's the thing about cyclocross. Rain, shine, snow.
Yeah, it doesn't
that
matter.
makes it better if it's bad. And so I jump on this bike. I'd never ridden a cross bike before. I get up, I get to these barricades, and I ask this guy standing, what do I do? He said, well, you got to go over those. I got third place. But it was back when there wasn't that popular. I mean, it really started taking off around 2010, and it really got going. And there's some really good races down in Louisville, and there's some other circuits. But I really like Indy Cross because you guys are local. And you fit the needs of activities in our neighborhoods. So where is the rundown of the next 4 after that? Now, this is the last of your series,
This is
right?
the first of the fall series. So the second one, so it's every 2 weeks. So this weekend is Rhodius Park, where we are right now, and then in 2 weeks we'll be at Ellenberger.
Okay.
Just over on the other side of town. Yep. And then we go to Paul Ruster, which is out near like Poston 40-ish.
Yep.
And then the last race of the season, which is the 22nd of November, right before Thanksgiving, will be at Brookside Park, which
you got to come to Brookside because we got to get off the bike and go up the stairs. And like I said, that was the scene of actually my first bike race. Really, was there. And after that, I started riding on the road and got the nickname Suitcase. But it's good. So. Folks can go to Indy Cross. Where does
www.indycross.com. It's INDYCROSS.
Yeah, and I will post that on here. And I would love to see you out here this weekend. That's this Saturday.
This Sunday.
I mean Sunday, yeah.
We set up on Saturday.
Yeah, if you want to help set up, it's sort of fun setting up too. We put the bike tape up and make the lanes, and it's 2 miles of setup. So basically that's 4 miles because it's both sides of things.
Both sides. And we have a park cleanup right after that.
It's a lot of times people come in a race and they're like, oh, I got to go home. And then it's like, okay, we got people clean it up. But it's a really good community that we all help each other out and get it done. And I would say, come on out Sunday. Go to church. Come on out after Sunday. You got to at least watch it once. And if you really want to know what cyclocross looks like, look it up on YouTube, and you'll see what kind of craziness it is. And it's super big in Europe, and it's it's pretty good sized here with the folks that we have that are doing it. So, well, Matthew, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And
Great.
I will see you Sunday. I don't know if I'll have my kid on ready to race, but.
We'll get him out there.
Yeah, it's like, can I count down to a 4?
Sure enough.
All right. See you next time.
Thank you.
Well, that sort of gives you an idea what cyclocross is, and I love Matt. He's Matt and Darren. I got to give Darren Reno some credit too because he's the guy that runs that makes sure all the stuff gets there and makes sure it's sanctioned by the cycling group. But it's a lot of fun. I haven't been racing that much. I probably won't race Saturday. It'd be embarrassing. But it is fun. And if you got some kids that like to get out on their bikes and ride around, as you'll see in these pictures coming up, there's plenty of kids from ages 9 up. And it's a good way to keep a kid out of trouble, keep them tired, right? So now I'm going to show you a little clip here of me cyclocross racing down in Louisville at Eva Bandman. And this is just a short little 7-second clip here. And this is what we had to do. We had to get off the bike, and that's me on the inside of it. Past a couple guys in there. That was pretty cool. That reminds me of the good old days back when I was a little faster than I am now. So try to get out there this weekend on Sunday. I mean, after church, go to your Bob Evans or whatever you do after church, and then get out to the Rhodius Park and cheer on some cyclocross riders. It's just a nice afternoon out. And they do let you drink beer. I don't know if you can drink beer in the park or not. Oh yeah, I think you can. It's probably okay. But yeah, it's sort of a European type of atmosphere, and it's a lot of fun. So a reminder, get on that YouTube and subscribe to our channel, and then don't forget Mellywood Media and T.A. Breedwood, the Breedlove, T.A. Breedlove, the indie skateboard journalist. He's got some really cool stuff on there about what's going on in the city. And what's important about these media outlets is they're just grassroots, homegrown, cover stories that you may not see in the media, and you can actually see footage of events that go on without being there. And anymore with the COVID and riots, it's pretty easy to sit and watch something on TV or on your computer. So go over there, do a favor for us, and subscribe to those channels. And you can see the other 46 episodes of Do Something Indie. We have all sorts of guests on there. So I'm going to go ahead and wind this up, and hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Facebook Live, and then we'll upload this to the YouTube station. And also, if you want to see an interesting show, go to the YouTube channel for last week's show, episode 46, which was not on Facebook Live. So I'm trying to get you to go to that. And so we have in the comments there, my lovely assistant, Lisa, my wife, she has put the links down there. So hopefully she'll get Thomas's link up there on that. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thanks for putting up with my goofiness and my lack of professionalism. And by the way, I bet Lisa's probably going to say you forgot the C in scheduling, because she's my spelling Nazi on things. Because when it's not because I can't spell, I just can't see and I'm in a hurry. So I caught it, and she'll probably give me some business for it. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next Wednesday for episode 48. Wow, crazy. See you later. Bye.